All right, welcome back, traders, to another monthly recap. Almost to the end. Last month, only 1 month left. Um, yeah, month of November, man, was very dry, slow. For me specifically, I was not seeing many opportunities or setups that I would say was A plus or even shy B. I mean, we had some runners, but overall market has been a little bit on the slower for smaller caps. Very choppy, very different environment. Now we got all these Michael Berry shorting Nvidias, saying AI bubbles and all that stuff. Make things more interesting, and rotations happening a lot. And our biggest leading indicator at the moment become Bitcoin, which is very interesting, and it does not surprise me because how much money accumulated to treasury stocks or crypto in general, and how many insiders that are involving from government to president's sons and all that, as well as lots of people trying to get the piece out or make this correction to adjust their position. You should also consider that as a chance or as a way of looking that if there would be a crash, there's always a reversal, and there's always when there's a correction, there's also a way to be optimistic to look at things. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into our monthly recap. But before I start it, I want to quickly announce our final day for Black Friday deal, which you could get pretty much 50% off of our annual membership and monthly membership. Use the code BLACK50. It's also in the description. And you will get 2 access on this sweet deal. If you get the monthly plan, you'll get 2 months on top of it, and this gives you access to our app, our trading alerts, and my live commentary. And if you do the Black Friday deal for annual membership, you will get access to our beginner course, which comes for free, and one-on-one session with me, 2 sessions, and access to our partners and brokerage to get you set up for your account and start trading. So yeah, that comes around already, Black Friday and Cyber Monday, so all together. Make sure to grab it. Link down below. I'll make sure to do that. Without further ado, let's get into our month of November performance, basically. So I had been really trading less compared to October. October was a bit of a different environment. We had many runners, but this month it really stopped around few ideas, few setups. I actually moved to trade more larger cap as well, and we had like 1 or 2 really good stocks that I nailed them, which we'll go over them. First and foremost, I think on November, I'm gonna start with, obviously, we got some move with so many biotechs, so many healthcares pumping, and it's funny. Recently, most of these biotech companies transitioning to more of a Bitcoin treasury, not a Bitcoin treasury or crypto treasury, and I mean, you see that shift, how it really affects the price or accumulation of the demand, and that accumulates to more demands and price surging and volatility. So that's very sketchy in my view. I don't really trust these healthcare companies much on their gap up. It's they're quite choppy if you're not understanding the fundamental behind it. But at the same time, they're very profitable if you have that solid entry and exit, and you can kind of build up to the position. On a day trade level, it's very risky, and it really depends on what stock that you're picking out of all these biotechs. And if you, I would say normally my based on my statistics, I try to avoid companies that are biotechs, just trading them, unless if there's a very very strong catalyst on them, and there's not much dilution going on, which normally that's what they need. They need more capital to raise, and so that makes it a little bit difficult. I'll share the example for the month of November. I had this. Actually, this was a bad trade that I had, and gladly I stopped trading it from pre-market. I mean, I traded pre-market, and then I stopped it before market open because how choppy the action was, and I could not really read through it. And this was just one of those examples that I always wanted to avoid. But I mistakenly that day I wanted to kind of trade, and there was nothing going on, and that trade led me to have a loss on that day. So I didn't want to, and there wasn't any other opportunities available to kind of refocus, readjust, get on the better stocks and that has money flow. So we'll go over that. For the month of November, I think on 5th, let me check. Yeah, on 5th of November, 5th, traded apps. I think apps was one of those random ticker that they announced some sort of, they were related to Bitcoin treasury or crypto treasury, digital technology or something. It ran up quite strong on the 11th 4th. I think that was the day that I was kind of seeing this coming around, and it was clearly a gap and cap. It's actually was an earning kind of setup, and they had nothing much except I did overtrade that right after. I think I did win. I went long on this from. I did short. Actually, I did both sides. So the long side, I caught the dip. I wanted to see this perk back up to the 8 level, and I think it went up. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong date. Let me see. I need the. Yeah, it should be. Let's take a look. 15 days. We're looking at. Let's do the 5. Oops. Yeah, I believe this was the same. That was correct. Yeah. So I think this was the same day that I was trading it. It was not ideal setup that I would say I tend to take it, but I didn't see much opportunities. So I got into this dilemma or euphoria moment, I would say. Caught up into the action, small size relatively for this month. I use very small compared to my month of October, but I overtraded. I overtraded a lot. Yeah, caught up into this. I think I took the profit off into that 8-ish. Oh, sorry, 798-ish. Then I just leave it. Once I saw a crack came, tried to took a short, but it got me out. Actually, I covered for a loss into that perk back up. Then eventually failed. It did fail, and yeah, so kind of exhaustion, and I left it there. I didn't get much of the app. And the next one was, I think it was Thor. What's the day on this? Oops. Yeah, it's the same date, 11/5. Yeah, it should be the. Oh, that's a different one. Sorry. Yeah, it was exactly on this day, 11/5. Thor. I think it was a short trade I did, maybe. Let me take a look. Oh yeah, this was also a long and short. Nothing much actually. I did not really. Yeah, so this was a slow action. No volume, no actual volume, and the setup was just this, and this was the only one available on that day. I kind of forced into it to trade it, but I got a break even, both long and short. So nothing on that. Then we got into some larger cap SNDK. I was trading that one. SNDK was very solid. Quick change of direction kind of setup was for me, obviously parallel to Nasdaq. I did trade it, and I also posted when I was trading this in Oklo, in HCWB. These two were in my trade on November 14th. So that's a bit after. Finally overextended, gap up. So what I saw was just this massive pullback on Nasdaq at a kind of top ticket. On this goes back to November 14. Should be this. There you go. Yeah. So November 14th. I bet to do the cost. Oh, there we go. Yes, there we go. November 14th. And 14th, we can do 2 minutes. There you go. Yeah, so I got caught up into this overextended front side move. I really wanted to scalp, obviously the higher price stock. I got short once I saw the second attempt rejected, and then stock started making a lower high and eventually just all the way back down. For me, this was a solid short actually for the month. SNDK 260. 269 was my entry, and then I kind of scalp it out into that 255. So that was a very, very much. So I think, yeah, this was 260 level. So 260 level. Got into that, and then 250. So this was the level I was trading at. SNDK, and then Oklo. Oklo, I had traded this many times. I do not like the action on Oklo anymore. It put me into a very uncomfortable spot when I trade Oklo. Higher price of stock again, not necessarily my cup of tea. However, like I said at the beginning, this month I pushed towards more of a higher price of stock. Put myself into trading those because direction was a lot clear. Liquidity was the key for me. There was not much liquidity in smaller cap, lots of liquidity trap. So yeah, Oklo, choppy one, but I think I tend to just like trade it every now and often for the every pretty much. I was in between Palantir, this, and some smaller cap, higher setup. I mean, a kind of not a setup, C setups, for the short side. Yeah, Oklo was there, and yeah, so nothing much, not something that I would even look for, but clearly only when the Nasdaq directions there I tend to take a trade and scalp on it. And then we got LUMN, I think on the 11th I was trading this one. Let me check a look. How did I do on this? AMD, LUMN. Yeah, LUMN. I think they had some sort of news. It was more of like a swing type of setup, swing trade type of setup. But I did day trade it, and I shorted it once that 1050 hits. I believe this was November 10th. Yeah, November 11th. Sorry, November 11. Should be, yeah, right around here. Yeah, and then I think there was some sort of offering announced on November 10, if I'm not mistaken, or just some sort of announcement. Yeah, stock really pulled back at the open, and I caught up into this gap down move, which was very sweet. Write it down almost to that nine-ish range up here. So yeah, LUMN, still dry, nothing much, not a great setup. And then stock is just kind of die down afterwards. What else I had? SGBX was the solid one. SGBX was my only long trade that I had, and I was very happy for the month. Yeah, it had that multi-day runner, sorry. Kind of seeing that move above that 3 level, same action, same day at the open, choppy at the open, and then weak reclaim, then just shoot up. So SGBX had been really try to stayed for a few days and get a lot of attention. So I was kind of like early on the move for the long side. Did trade it around that for, let me take a look actually. SGBX. Yeah, SGBX. I did trade it around, actually around the $6. They traded at $6 level, which was the third day. Oh yeah, this was actually the final day. They traded on the final day, pre-market. They traded pre-market. Scalp it, sold it to that 660, 670 level, and then waited patiently at the open. Stock really wasn't really showing a sign of weakness. It was very strong, support or hold. Then I saw that pretty much the $7 still kept holding, and I jumped back into 725 level. I think it was 725, and immediately right after that, stock halted up into that 825, and then once that unhalt, I sold it, half of my share. Didn't really want it to hold it longer. I was happy with the profit, walk away with it, even though the stock really went up another, maybe, I don't know, 2-3%, 4%, yeah, another 4%, right? That was pretty much it from that 830, no, 10%, sorry. Yeah, 930 was the top. So I didn't want to really wait on my position. Personally, I expected this to go a lot higher. What happened here at 930 was kind of odd. The stuff that really happened at 930 was very strong. Someone sitting here on this order, and I'm looking at this order flow and not seeing anything suspicious, not seeing any bid prop or anything like that. And I actually look away for a bit from my screen, and that 930 hit, I look back to the history and I was like, what exactly create this strength of pullback on that 930 level? So previously, stock last month had the same exact flush. Is that because of the news, or someone tried to just not let this price go above that $10 level, or just dump all the shares? It could be, and which is clearly show that. But I'm not sure why that strong short interest really kicked in. So right after that, there's a lot of shorts already trapped here. They wanted this to go back to 3 level. It just kept stacking up, moving higher. So they're adding, and then the shorts are really, struggle until they see the big seller coming in, and then they're just like piled in. No matter how much fee they pay, they're just gonna be, in front of this. Stock really pulled back. This stuff happened, and honestly, this lower high was very strong. It's a great opportunity for shorts, and it couldn't even reclaim at the levels. You just break through all levels without even waiting, and then halt down, and no actual reason. Yeah, so SGBX, great short. Second day, first red day basically was the next day, and stock was just continue going where it should be, to the garbage. Stock doesn't have anything that you want to stay for it, but I personally expected this to go a lot higher, to 10-ish, 11-ish, and then start pulling back. because the buy up was very strong. I mean, I've been looking at this amount of volume for that month was not usual. However, the next few days, we seen the, you know, crazy amount of money flow went to SMX stock, which I will talk about it in a bit. But before I do that, I'll go to my trade. MSTR also was one of the other ones that I had this sort of fundamental approach to it, and it really benefited my month. MSTR was solid on every single trade that I took, and it was more of a confidence and more of a conviction, higher conviction setup. Although it is a higher price, but I was very confident with shorting this because of the level of hate on this stock and how many people really hate this company. And now it's their turn to pile in to the short, to the sell-off, and just let this go down while crypto is going down. So I'm like, why not? I'm gonna take a piece of it. I'm gonna use the gap down strategy, just, you know, scalp down more and more. But I'm not gonna put myself in a situation that $100 stock that can run to 200 get me, you know, so uncomfortable in that level. But I'm looking at my RR, and if it makes sense, I'll keep trading it, and that's what I did every single day. MSTR was top of it, and no correlation whatsoever to, you know, Nasdaq, and I kind of surprised with that, but overall, I thought the leading indicator is for the market has been Nvidia, but the action was very much like you seeing a leading indicator as it become crypto, which become Bitcoin. So it's a very unknown or weird. It was a very weird month in terms of positioning and rotation. Lots of odd things happen, and stuff that, you know, you can't really know until proven. Maybe by, you know, end of the year, you'll see what exactly was the reason behind this pullback. So at the end of the day, we're day traders. We gotta be prepared. We have to, you know, go buy setups that are available to us, not overtrade it, and yeah, that's pretty much it. MSTR SETI, I think we got SETI, something like that. That was a garbage setup. I did not want it to trade this. I think I didn't do really good on it. Let's take a look. SETI. Yeah, it was choppy. You know, gap and crap kind of setup. And I did trade it long. It wasn't really my favorite kind of setup. We got IVVD after that. I think I had IVVD. IVDD was also good. This was another one. I think it's biotech again, if I'm not mistaken. What happened with IVD? Yeah, it was a biotech. Some sort of news, but yeah. Let me talk about the stock that I hated the most for the month, and I think that was LNI. LNI. Yeah, on the last day before Thanksgiving, I'm sitting down here in pre-market, trading really a garbage company on both sides. Yeah, this was There you go. Yeah, so this is a clear example of low-hanging fruit, a gap and crap that you expect this stock run in the pre-market, take your profit if you're trading along, do not touch it at the open, which is this is the one I talk about in my one-on-one session, and then let it boils. Let's see the money flow. Let's see if there would be any other candidates, and then take a stab at it, or just go by your day and do not touch this. So then, yeah, at the open in the pre-market, I'm sitting here oversizing on this for the over, that $2 level to get, which is not even in the historical. The stock is brand new. It never had the new high, and for me, it's just a natural resistance. And I'm sitting here expecting that volume increase can drive this into the pre-market with that amount of volume, at least to a $2 level. So I'm here. It did not really end to that $2 level. That was my target. So I'm cutting the long. I'm switching back to short. And instead of me taking profit into the bottom and 140 level, I'm holding it, and 8 a.m. comes, start same mentality for all the other biotechs that I ever traded. Consolidation, choppy action. They don't want to let the stock go down. They don't want the stock goes high. So consolidation, and just sits there. And I'm here like not even thinking about my day. I don't want to trade much. I just want to get something and get out. Quick nail and bail. But I have to deal with this whole action. Trading in the open range, above VWAP, bouncing over VWAP. Looks like a strong bounce, but it's not. And it clearly gives me a sign that, okay, this is a no-go trade, and I should just bail it. Eat up the loss. Which I did eventually at, before market open, actually. But everything happens in the pre-market. I covered it into that 145 to reduce some of the losses on the long side, and then just leave it like that. But throughout the day, I've been just thinking about this. If ever gonna get back to the range of that 150, 160, so I can take a stab at it, because it proved to me that this is a gap and crap. It's clearly not going to hold for a day. But even with that, it's just chopped barcode action to the pretty much over the VWAP, lower the VWAP. So yeah, I did not like the action at all, and move on from it. And then lastly, we got out of nowhere SMX before Thanksgiving, aftermarket, after close, stock is just start running up, huge price surge and volatility. I'm not sure who really caught up into this. I wasn't the one on the after hour, at least. I traded it in the second day, scalp, but this is an example of a stock that you should not just buy into it when the stock is doesn't have a clear or catalyst. Stuff won't really happen before Thanksgiving this much. It either you expect some bad news coming in, or not much volatility. You don't really expect that, and when the anomaly happens like this, you know there's something going on. There's definitely some great insiders going on, and this was a clear example. And if you could see it, you will benefit off of this aftermarket swing to it, which I don't recommend. That stock is very risky, choppy, spread is huge, not as big as the volume that you expect for 1 million floater stock. So yeah, I mean, caught it early, get out after you see some, that's like, $12 per share, 100% move. So these are the type, and especially when it's after hour, there's no halt action. You need to be cautious and don't get caught up into this downtick, uptick. It can really destroy your PNL. And then the next day, we got this 76 hit. I actually scalped it into, I think it was like 40 level. Yeah, I scalp it. I just scalp in and out. I don't want to get caught up into this whole halt festival action. But this is a life-changing moment for a lot of traders. Stuff like this is stock on an upside, on a long side. It can really change your portfolio, change your account size with very small amount of share. So even with that, it's also good to get your feet a little bit wet. Even one share helps you to understand why these actions happening. What are these stuff really? So on the long side is very clear, and now it's just lower high, really shorts ready to attack. They've been wanting to attack on this and take this back to where it was. This is one of the one that I will be looking for the week ahead. If the volume persists, if there will be the same amount, I guess, or half of what the volume was, and we take it day by day. So this was a second day, pretty much on the last day of November. So we might not just see this anymore. We might just see this die down and new stocks coming in, because December is fresh, brand new month. Everything is fresh. You should not expect that the same stock works or plays, but you can have it on the watch list and pay attention to it, see where's that price going, because that $49 right now, it's not an actual value for this, or it is not the price to expect. It's fundamentally that doesn't make sense. But does that mean that demands doesn't want it? The demand's not going to be there. People don't want to buy this and see this as a dip, and then take this to another leg up, 76 or 100. So you could expect many things out of this. So just don't be speculative. Be smart, and don't let these stuff caught up to you and make rational decision. And FOMO, I know the FOMO will kick in. You were not aware of the afternoon of the Thanksgiving move. You're probably just going out getting pies and turkeys, but this stock was kind of fired up before that, and clearly on Friday it got even higher, and your hangover here, you're not even wanting to trade it because it's Friday, it's holiday, people don't you expect people don't trade, no one's coming to the market. And look at this. People actually came and the stock traded over 200%. So yeah, that's why you have to be always ready as a trader. And no matter what holiday you're in, make sure to wake up early the next day and ready to see the market, see the actions, even if it's dry, even if it's not something that you want to sit down and trade. Anyway, guys, that's a wrap. Traders, make sure to grab a Black Friday deal or Cyber Monday down below. I'll post the watch list in the chat inside the channel. So yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed this. A little bit longer format, but looking forward for closing the year and the last month ahead. And be smart, be disciplined, and do not overtrade. Take care, team.